Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit more serious than what my videos normally are, but there's a good reason behind it. I promise I'm going to explain everything to you guys in just a moment. Before I jump into this video, I want to say thank you guys for tuning in to another video, especially to my subscribers. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you guys continuing to come back and watch videos. You guys make me want to keep going, so thank you so much for that. And if you're not already subscribed and you like what you see on my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you can see all my future content coming in the future. As you probably could tell from the title of this video, this is a video about protecting yourself. The other day, I experienced something that was kind of unnerving, kind of frightening, and I'm going to share that with you guys. And I'm going to share with you guys what I have been doing since that point in order to make sure that I'm protecting myself as well as my son. So on October the 1st, I was leaving my husband's job after we sat and had lunch, and I was going to Walmart because I needed some things for the house as well as some stuff to finish off what I was making for dinner that evening. As I'm pulling into the parking lot, my phone starts ringing. There's emails and things like that. So I parked the car and then I went around to sit in the back seat where my son was sitting. When I was walking to the back of the car, I noticed two gentlemen staring at me. They were a little bit older guys, but you know, my mother being a former police officer, I pay attention to everything around me, especially when I'm moving by myself. I make sure that I'm completely observant. I am completely aware of my surroundings at all times. So of course, I noticed these two gentlemen walking past me. Now, what made it even more uncomfortable was how they were staring at me. And they were coming from quite a bit of a distance, and they were staring at me, and then they started speaking, but they were not speaking in English. So of course I'm like, okay, this is really awkward. Why are they looking at me? So I sit in the back of my car with my son and I'm checking my emails, but I'm looking over as well to see if these gentlemen are still staring at me. And they were. They were putting things in their trunk, but they were still staring at me and they were still talking. And it was like, okay, so why are they watching me? This is really awkward. So as I finish up my emails, I'm grabbing my son and I'm getting out of the car. I close the door, I lock the door, I walk into the building as quickly as I can, still paying attention over my shoulder. Now, mind you, these gentlemen had put their things in the trunk of the car. They had gotten into their car and they were backing out of the parking lot as I was going into the store. So of course, I just kind of shook it off and went ahead and walked around to get everything that I needed. I was in the store for about 15 to 20 minutes. And as I'm exiting the store, I see someone lingering around my car, like walking kind of back and forth near my car. And it looked like one of the guys. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell is going on? Because I swear they left. That can't be one of them. It was one of them. They didn't leave the parking lot. They drove around to the other side and they parked directly in front of me. And he was walking past one of them was walking past my car as I was walking back out of the store. And the other was sitting on one of the little embankment areas under a tree on his phone, but he was still staring at me. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? So the guy walks on past my car, and as I'm walking towards my car, he looks back over his shoulder at me, walks a little bit faster, gets into his car, and then the guy jumps into the car on the other side of him, and then they just drive off really quickly. I don't know exactly what that was, but I do know there has been a lot of human trafficking, a lot of abductions, things like that, especially when it comes to women and women by themselves. I do believe that my saving grace was not only God, but me. The fact that I was paying attention to them, because I caught every detail, honey. I caught their faces, I caught their hair lengths, I caught their heights, I caught what they had on, I caught their car, I caught their tags. I caught a little bit of everything. So I think that was one of the reasons that they may have been a little bit leery on anything at all. I also think it may have had something to do with the fact that I'm 6'2". Because if you take me, baby, I'm going down. It's gonna be a fight. I'm taking one of you out with me. So a couple things that made me believe that they were stalking or looking for someone or looking for something or trying to snatch somebody. One of them was the fact that they were really watching me. People watch me sometimes. I'm not going to pretend like they don't, because of course I stand out. But when they first saw me, I was sitting in the car. I just got around and sat in the car really quickly. So I don't think it was because of my height. I think that one of the things that made them uncomfortable was the fact that I was staring at them so hard, because I'm going to make sure that I'm alerting people around me, especially if something potentially could happen. So that's why I say observe your surroundings at all times. You pay attention to everything. I mean, somebody walk by your car too slow. if somebody's staring a little too hard. Pay attention to everything, because it's not just trafficking with women. Sometimes they're raping women, they're beating people up, and they're taking vehicles. I've seen a lot of this happening recently, and I think it's very important for women to pay attention to their surroundings. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. Always, always, always pay attention to your surroundings. The thing that I observed that made me think that something was kind of up with them was the tags. They had Texas tags, but me being from Texas, I know that you're only supposed to have a tag on the back. You're supposed to have a tag on the front. And you're also supposed to have 2 inspection stickers. They didn't have any of that. They only had the tags. And they looked like they were kind of just flimsily thrown on there. So they may not have been real tags. They may have been something that they just took from someone, or they just flopping in and out. But if you're from Texas, you know that you have a lot of requirements to drive a vehicle. And if you don't have those things, they can ticket you. They can't take your vehicle. So it's important to pay attention to little things, especially things that you can spot, like tags or the color of the expiration sticker on the tags, things like that. In Texas, they don't have an expiration sticker. You have that sticker on your windshield, which they didn't have. I'll let you guys know some of the things that I'm doing that is helping me to be more protected when I go out and it's just myself and my son. Now, if I go out with my husband, I don't do all this all the time because they don't want to approach him standing at 6'9", 6'10", and they damn sure don't want to approach the both of us with him standing 6'9", 6'10", me standing at 6'2", because we're going to mess some folks up as a unit. But these are for if you're on your own and you're moving around. So to reiterate, the first thing would be is to always observe your surroundings. I've seen and I've heard so many stories of people being followed. It's not just people watching you as you're in the parking lot. It's not just people watching you, you know, from a store, but sometimes people are actually being followed. Like I know of a lady that was being followed around a store, and it was a woman following her. So she would go from one end of the store to the other end of the store just to see if the woman was still following her, and she was. And when she told the police, they said what they do is they send a woman because people are less wary of a woman. They're less afraid of women. So it'll be a woman that's trying to lure you in, but when you get outside, she has extra people waiting for you. And this woman followed her from one side of the store to the other side of the store. She followed her back to the other side of the store. Then she followed her when she got in line, and she jumped out of line and she watched the lady leave. So always be aware of your surroundings. And I believe one of my cousins was followed recently driving. She was being followed by, I want to say it was a van, and her friend ran to their cars to leave, and then they followed them as they left. And luckily, my cousin had that thing on her, so she popped a couple shots in the air and they took off. They didn't want them problems. But the issue is people not paying attention to the surroundings. That's the one way people get snatched, is they don't pay attention to what's happening around them. If anything seems suspicious, if anything seems suspect, not only do you go somewhere where it's well lit and you wait for someone to come walk with you, or you tell someone, you know, if you're at a store or something, you go back to the store and you let people know in the store, you know, the store manager, the security officer in the store. But you make sure that if you see things like slow creeping vehicles, or someone standing there and just staring at you for no reason, or someone following you around, you make sure you're able to get a message to someone. If you can't get somewhere well lit and you have no choice but to take off and get to your car and lock your doors as quickly as you can, you try to get a message out to somebody. You call the police, you call a friend. On the iPhones, they have a way for you to send your location, your coordinates to someone so they can come and find you if you're somewhere. So no matter what you do, always pay attention to your surroundings, because it doesn't have to be at night. People get snatched in the daytime. So always, always, always pay attention to your surroundings. As I mentioned earlier, my mother used to be a police officer. And when we used to travel, she used to make us move quietly and move quickly. And it's okay to talk with your friends if you're in a group. It's okay to talk with your family. But if you're by yourself, you move quickly. I don't lollygag. I don't hang around. I don't walk slow and stare at my phone. I don't look at my phone again until I get in the car. Because the moment that you're looking down, something could happen. So I move when I'm moving. Okay, and I got long legs, so don't take much for me to move fast. So move quickly, move efficiently, get to where you're going. And every time I get in my vehicle, I lock my doors immediately. I've seen a lot of times people, videos actually, people getting in their cars, just want to walk up to the other side of the car and just get in. And what happened to my car? Because when I get in my car, I lock the door. You pull my knob, you're going to have a problem. So always move quickly, always move efficiently, get to where you're going, get back. The next thing that I've been doing is I changed my footwear. I've always made videos and people be asking why I'm always wearing athletic gear. It's most of my wardrobe as it is because I used to play sports so much, because I've always been an athlete. And this is the first that I have not been an athlete. Most of my wardrobe is athletic wear, but I usually wear slides, the Nike slides. And the issue is you can slip and fall, right? So lately I wear tennis shoes, I wear sneakers, I wear something I can tie up and take off running. Because if mama got to take off running, she's going to take off running. And it's important that you're moving and you don't have a lot of stuff everywhere, so you can move freely. Now, I do have my son, but you better believe I can curl that car seat under my arm and take off. Ain't no thing. I will do it. So I have been wearing more movable athletic wear and tennis shoes. And I always pull my hair back. I don't like my hair being in my face much anyway, but you know, I don't like this right here where I can't see on the sides of me, or my hair keeps getting in my eyes, because I like to be able to see. So most of the times if you see me and I'm not with my husband, I look like I'm about to go to the gym. And that's okay, because of the fact that if I need to do something, I need to handle my business, mama can handle her business. And I'm prepared to handle my business at all times. So wear comfortable sneakers, comfortable athletic wear. Honestly, people coming from work and things like that, I would suggest you keep a pair of flats on you at all times. In a bag, that's one of the model things too. In your tote, if you have heels on, you keep a pair of comfortable shoes in your bag so that when you're done with what you're doing, you can put your other shoes on. So if you're wearing heels during the day at work, you got to get out and go to Walmart and it's late at night, have some flats or something in your car and be prepared just in case something happens. Another thing that I've been doing is I let my husband know where I'm going. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. I tell him where I'm going. I'm headed to Walmart right now. And my husband knows that if he texts me and I don't text him back, something's not right. If I'm asleep, I mean, I'll probably still hear my phone and respond. But if he texts me and I don't respond, something's up. I always respond to my husband. Always. So I do let him know where I'm going. I let him know if I leave, especially if he's not there and it's just me and the baby. He knows where I'm headed. If it's not him, my mom knows. I'll text my mom and say, hey, Mom, I'm headed to such and such. I'm by myself. She said, okay, let me know when you get back home. If I don't text and I get back home, it's a problem. She's going to call until I answer. The same with my sisters. I got a big sister, I got a little sister. They both of them, they'll get a text message. I'm headed to such and such. All right, let me know when you get there. Let me know when you get back to the house. Cool. But I'm letting people know that I'm moving. So that if something is to happen to me and something happens and it's like a parking lot somewhere, there may be cameras. And they can say, okay, she texted me at this time and told me this is where she was going. So if she did get there, it should be on a camera somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it'll help people to locate things and possibly locate you if something is to happen. So let people know where you're going, especially at night. If you're leaving and going somewhere alone at night, let people know where you're going. Let them know when you leave. Let them know when you get to your home. That way, you know what I mean? They can keep up with you and they can make sure that you're safe as well. When I was a kid at night, my mother never allowed us to go anywhere by ourselves. We had to take the trash out and it was getting dark outside. We went in pairs. If all three of us couldn't go or all four of us couldn't go, at least two of us went. And one would go out, one would stand in the middle, one would stand at the door, but we making sure that the other is okay. And in this time and this day and age, and I hate to say this because so many people are getting snatched and people are coming up missing, it is very, very important to watch out for each other. Keep an eye on your friends, keep an eye on your family, make sure everybody is okay and make sure everybody is safe. It's too many people coming up missing for us not to pay attention to each other and look out for one another. And my final thing is to always have some sort of a weapon on you. They say you can't have certain things like baseball bats and things because they can be premeditated for if you're going to attack someone. But you have to have, if you have sports gear in your car, or if you have a bat in your car, you got to have the rest of the sports gear with you, you know, baseball bats, things like that. You just can't be rolling around with certain things in your vehicle by itself. But I would suggest having something, right? Whether it be pepper spray, whether it be a taser, whatever you can, anything that you can used as a weapon. As a kid, we were taught that you can use anything. You can use a pencil, an ink pen, the little things you use to arch your eyebrows. It's just something on you at all times to protect yourself. And lately, that's kind of, I've had to have something on me at all times. So if the wrong one roll up on me, it's going to be a real bad day for you if you make it. I'm very protective of my family. I'm going to be honest with you. And I think anybody would be protective of their family. Any mother will be protective of their family. But how people are coming up missing, you have to be prepared for any situation. In that situation the other day, I didn't feel as prepared as I should have been. And I'm usually more on it, and I wasn't. And that's my fault. But I'm on it now. And I'm going to stay on it. Because I don't know what those guys' intentions were. I don't know why they were following me. I don't know why they were lingering around my vehicle. I don't know why they were staring at me for some... I don't know what any of their reasons were. It didn't matter what their reasons were. I need to be prepared to protect myself and my son. So, that's what this video is about. Being prepared to protect yourself. No matter how you have to do it, be prepared to protect yourself. And another thing I think would be good, which I may get back into some sort of martial arts or something, or simply self-defense classes. A lot of times they're targeting women, especially women alone. And I've seen where they'll put something on your windshield. You'll leave work, it's late at night, they put something on your windshield. And you see, you know, a bill or a random t-shirt wrapped around a wiper blade or something. And when you go out to get it out, they snatch it. There's a lot of different tactics I've seen that people are making aware to women around them. And this is what I'm trying to say is just be prepared. Be prepared and be able to protect yourself. It's so important, guys, because that really shook me up. I'm not going to pretend like it didn't. It really did. These random strangers watching me. And I was wondering, because I wasn't paying attention, but were they watching? Were they anywhere in the store? Or were they just hanging around my car? I didn't look over my shoulder in the store because I tried to brush it off when I got in the store, but I'm here, thank God. So that's all that matters is I'm here. So pay attention to your surroundings, guys, and make sure that you are able and prepared to protect yourself and your family. I do hope this video was informative. I do hope this video helps someone. My goal is to just have people prepared. It's not to make anyone afraid. It's not to scare anyone, because this could never happen, or this is something that may not ever happen to some of you guys. It may not happen to any of you guys ever. But it's just important to be prepared in case something happens. In case one of your friends calls you and they're in a panic and something's happening to them, you can let them know how to protect themselves and how to prepare themselves for any of these types of situations. Some of you may know people that have already been in these situations before that somehow survived them and got away from them. So I'm hoping that this video helps someone, that this video reaches somebody, and that someone is prepared, and that someone is careful and keeping safe is the biggest thing for me. I want everybody to be safe. I want everybody to be okay. That's it. I don't want anybody to come up missing. I want everybody to just be prepared for any situation. So hopefully this video does that. Hopefully this video helps you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another video. I hope this video was insightful. I hope to see you guys in my future videos. If you're not subscribed already, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I hope you see and stick around for some of my future content. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I hope this video helps you guys. Again, thank you. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.